Thursday, February 26th, right here on Jocks. Glad you're with us. Got a good show for you today. Tyler Syski, offensive coordinator of the Birmingham Stallions, coming up at 7:20. Not just Stallions that I want to talk to him about, though. A couple other things. Chris Vanini is going to be with us at 8:20. I have a couple of topics from Chris that we have actually discussed throughout the course of the week that were his articles that I saw. A couple of college football pieces of news and notes with him that I want to get to. Wimp Sanderson, the coach, at 9. I'll talk Alabama, Mississippi State. Bama gets a win last night, 100-75. It was a 30-point game at the half. So they win by 25. 5 players in double figures for Bama, shot 48% from the floor, 22 of 50 from 3. Mississippi State just outmatched in this one. Probably needed to get Josh Hubbard and company ramped up early. Bama offensively hot out of the gate and allowed for them for a comfortable win there at Coleman Coliseum. The surprising part is that they were outscored in the second half and they won by 25. Does that make Nate a bad coach?
I don't know. The lead lesson, so it feels like that will qualify.
Per media in Lee County, it does. If you don't score more in the second half than the first half, you're not a good coach. That's what the media in Lee County has told us. But nonetheless, Aiden Holloway, 16 points, 10 assists last night for Alabama. Latrell Wrightsell was 4 of 10 from behind the three-point line. Amari Allen, 6 of 7 from behind the three-point line. Bama, 10 of 13 from the free throw line. It was a solid game. Turned it over still 13 times. You want to clean that up a little bit more as we approach March, but a nice win for the number 17 basketball team in the nation. And they will have Tennessee on the road next. That one's always a little bit complicated. Saturday night, ESPN, 5 p.m. tip for the Crimson Tide. And we'll spend some time on college basketball, different news notes that we need to get to. We got to talk about potentially moving the Army-Navy game today. Are you okay with that? Gunnar Rivers has committed to NC State.
Is he the first of many?
They moved the meter for you?
Yeah, because it looks like given what Phillip Rivers has done, NC State is set at quarterback for the next 30 years.
Could be fair. Could be fair. We have more legal action in college football. Actually, a lot of it. By the way, if you're leaving the house today and you're deciding whether or not to go with the rain jacket with the hood or just a little like pullover thing without the hood, go with the hood.
Go heavier, yeah.
The wind's blowing hard.
Yeah.
The little rain cover-up deal without the hood, bad choice today. Just letting y'all know, I made that choice. It's not a good one. It's not the choice you want to make today.
I regret wearing khakis. Well, more so light-colored khakis, because it looks like I had an accident when I just walked from my car to the door.
All right. Lawsuits in college football. Tell you, if you're a college football fan, you're an attorney, this is your time. What a time to be alive.
This is your Bitcoin.
It is. You have arrived. A little bit of a reversal of fortune here as Cincinnati is suing Brendan Sorsby for over $1 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, they want their exit fee back. Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech's new toy at quarterback. They filed this in federal court yesterday, alleging he breached his NIL contract with the Bearcats, refusing to pay $1 million exit fee after he transferred.
Wow.
Filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Ohio, seeks $1 million in liquidated damages, which the school said Sorsby was contractually obligated to pay within 30 days of leaving. Whoops. There's a lot of things as college students. Like I had parking tickets that went past time. You get a speeding ticket, you forget to go to your court date, whatever that is. Big shout out to Whitney Polson yesterday. In our day, return a video. What else would be like your monthly food bill for whatever it was called, the barter's office you had to pay, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stupid things in college you forget to pay.
If you by chance had a library fine.
I may or may not have had a roommate that forgot to pay rent for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, I knew I forgot something. Oh, dang it.
Well, the best part was it was actually longer than that, but because I went ahead and paid for the whole semester,
Yeah.
it floated us for like an extra month and a half. Yeah. Not happy about that.
Especially when you did your part.
I did my part. A $1 million exit fee, not the aw shucks, forgot to give you that by the normal college student. But apparently for Brendan Sorsby, it was. You know what, guys? I just didn't even consider when I left town that I was supposed to leave that there for y'all. Let me see if I can get a hold of it. I'm not calling you back. Do you just not return those calls? Does Cincinnati even call? Do you send like a collection agency after that?
I think you have to at least. Although, let's be honest, would kids answer the call anyway? So it's
No.
probably a text.
No. You have to text and schedule a call,
Correct,
as we've learned.
Yeah.
Apparently nowadays, that's how the kids operate. I just find it odd. I want to know who went after this. Or did you even just say, we got him? Didn't give us our mill. How much that's on the agent, too? You think the agent just thought we can, they're not going to enforce that.
If all else fails, we'll go to court. We ain't got to worry about it.
Cincinnati guys, they don't need $1 million. Especially compared to Texas Tech, where we're going.
They got the Kelsey family backing them. We're good.
He signed an NIL agreement with Texas Tech that is reportedly going to pay him between $4 and $6 million this season.
Wow.
This year. Mm-hmm. Not his career.
No.
Between 4 and 6 this year.
For 12-ish games.
Yeah.
Plus
in his
practices and whatnot.
Yeah, per the story from Mark Schleybaugh, says in his lucrative NIL agreement with Cincinnati, Brendan Sorsby committed to stay and play for 2 seasons as a proud Bearcat representative. Now, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
How can you legally force me to be a proud rep of your school?
To be fair, he signed the contract saying he would.
How dumb are we in college football right now? We are at the dumbest point of all time. We are legally binding kids to be proud representatives of your mascot.
Yeah. Sadly.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Sort of.
With this pin, I thee become Bearcat. Proud Bearcat.
We're going steady for 2 years.
Only if you're proud of it. Maybe that's how he thought he could get out. He didn't carry himself as a proud Bearcat.
That's what did it.
He also agreed that if he left the university before that time, he would pay the university a specific amount for the substantial harm that his breach would cause. Why are you wording it this way? You got him via contract. This makes it sound like you sat at a table with him. He said, you know what I'll do for y'all if I decide to leave? I'll give you $1 million. Cincinnati Athletics intends to enforce that contractual commitment. That sounds more like it. As stewards of the university's resources, the athletics department has a duty to do so. Yeah, they do. We thank Brendan for stop doing it. Now you're being the kid again. What, are you making a graphic for this?
Oh, wow.
We thank Brendan for his time at Cincinnati and wish him success in the future. No, you don't. You're trying to clean $1 million from him.
Pretty much.
Further reinforcement. We have reached peak dumb in college football right now. Not saying we don't love it. Not saying it's not watchable. Not saying we don't enjoy the crane trash. But we are at peak dumb. The lawsuit said Sorsby signed an 18-month NIL contract with the Bearcats, covered 25-26 season, set to expire December 15th, 2026. Now, that could have been interesting.
They win the conference championship game, then it expires, and then he...
First round playoff game on the 21st.
I'm out.
Hammy sore, guys. Sorry, what? Don't have a deal.
My contract ran through the 15th. I was a proud Bearcat through the 15th, like you asked me to.
Not contractually obligated to show up for practice today or that playoff game. Why would you time it that way?
That seems dumb.
The university, go ahead.
That's when probably the academic calendar ended or that semester ended, but they weren't thinking that, Yeah, let's push it to
We might be good.
just in case. Yeah, seeing as how we played longer than that last year.
The university claims Sorsby notified the football team December 1st that he was done playing for the Bearcats and wouldn't compete in their postseason game against Navy in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Shucks. He entered the portal January 2nd. That may have been why he notified you on the 1st. Almost immediately signed an NIL deal with the Red Raiders. Let's not act like y'all hadn't had some conversations with some people behind the scenes a little bit.
Hashtag tampering.
This is where it starts to get messy. This is where a little bit of he said, she said, and you got some lawyers that are taking advantage of some bad agents and some bad agents that are taking advantage of kids. And some of this stuff's going to start coming out because the schools are going to be sick of it. Now, I'll say this. Verbiage, other stuff, dumb, yes. Do I blame Cincinnati 1 single ounce for doing this? No, definitely not. Go do it. Cincinnati's not bleeding money. Go get your money, especially if you had the agreement in place. My thing is, like, what's the Sorsby party thinking right here? What have they? I need to see their statement on this. We forgot. We thought we were better than that.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
That's good, by the way. So I can't just. Everybody else is transferring. That'll be next. Sorsby's going to sue the NCAA
Right.
for not protecting him against a buyout that he wasn't aware of.
You let me sign this contract even though I'm of age and an adult and can do whatever I want.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me.
Correct, yeah.
Just wouldn't surprise
Especially
me.
if they lose this, or more likely when they lose this.
All right, so we'll see how that's going to go. That brings me to another number that I saw in collegiate athletics. Roster size. A lot of folks, I don't even think probably know what majority of rosters were. You were probably on average in the 20 to 22 million. Now, you're going to see some numbers thrown around from college football executives of the rev share number. The real number, I would say on average, 20 to 24-ish. You had a couple approaching 30. Apparently, there's a new roof that is the new ceiling. The new ceiling is the new roof. Because we have skyrocketed past that per multiple sources. So we will talk about that. Some new recommendations on penalties by the FBS Oversight Committee are coming out. We'll see how that one goes. By the way, did you see the chosen on 3 graphic for the Sorsby news?
Mm-mm.
I mean, explain that to me.
Oh, my.
For you on YouTube, there that is.
Oh, my. Okay, like we're...
So
is Hayes slipping?
The angry-looking Bearcat mascot is the victim of choice and suing across the bottom. But what is that thing? I don't think I've ever seen this mascot before. At least not paid attention to it.
Bobby the Bearcat?
Is it
Whatever.
Bobby?
I don't know. I was trying to think of alliterative.
He's got red eyebrows. A red nose. Half his ears are red. Red eyes. Is he okay?
I believe it's a she with the name Lucille.
Like the baseball bat.
Correct. Maybe that's why it's red.
Okay. Have you ever seen a real Bearcat?
No.
What are they indigenous to? Because I bet it's not Cincinnati. If I had to guess.
I guess Asia?
They look adorable. I mean, they're not as cute as Punch, but officially a binturong. The Bearcat isn't actually a bear or a cat. It's a unique tree-dwelling mammal native to Southeast Asia, known for its long whiskers, shaggy fur, and surprisingly sweet scent.
Oh, really?
Now we're talking.
Okay.
I feel like Ron Burgundy missed with his name of his musk there. I guess the verbiage didn't quite work, but It wouldn't alliterate the same.
Cincinnati Bearcat actually would be something that it should have sounded like.
Smells like buttered popcorn.
Oh, my. I'm going to have to have
How is
one
this
now.
not the pet of the kids everywhere?
That's we have dropped the ball here.
Oh, y'all got a Bearcat? So it only smells like the movie popcorn was just dumped all over your couch. Let's get one. They don't mean it all, but that mascot on that graphic does. That thing looks possessed. Okay. So more lawsuits. That's not the only legal action we have in college football. There's more. There's actually a lot more. We'll get to it next right here on Jocks. Are we okay with high school kids referencing their fan bases as nation?
Feels a little presumptive.
Like Bearcat Nation or Tiger Nation? You're a high school. I don't. You're not Brandon Sorsby having being paid to be proud. However,
Very true.
you're at high school. This feels like a lot. Sorry, that just came across the feed there for a moment. Let's welcome in Tyler Syski. I don't even know how to reference him anymore. So many hats. We'll just say new offensive coordinator of the Birmingham Stallions for now. But I do want to talk to you about a couple of different things, not all Birmingham Stallions. New rules. Some I think are cool. Some, meh. No punts inside the 50. Does that make your life a lot easier just knowing, hey, once we cross the 50, I don't even have to think about that? Like you can probably be 2 steps ahead now on your 3rd and 4th down calls, knowing that you don't have to consider that anymore.
Well, I just think that I think I may have had a hand in, kind of suggesting that or something. They may be my spirit animal, whoever came up with that, because I personally just think punting is for quitters, and I'm not a quitter.
There you go.
So,
we love the UFL because of the lack of kicks. Like we always loved it. And then, but all of a sudden, here comes our 33-yard extra point. I'm just like, why? What are we doing? Is that going to be an option for you?
Yeah. Well, no. The from the extra point standpoint, I actually get that because you got you do have guys, kickers trying to go. Then it's the same NFL rule from an extra point standpoint. So. Yeah, I mean, it puts that back in the game, and it's good because the whole goal is to get these guys in the NFL, right? So it gives them an opportunity to actually, get tape, right? So because when you don't have, with no punting, if you had no punting, and no in the 4-point field goal and all that stuff, then you end up not getting a whole lot of kicks for the kicker. So I think it's a good trade.
You had us there until that answer, and then you were all jacked up on Mountain Dew with no pun, don't have to worry about it, I don't quit. And then now, like we were running a play for an extra point. Why can't we do that? Why can't we just run the play?
Well, we still will. It's you go for 2 from the 5 and 3 from the 8, so there's still that in there. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good either way. It is kind of refreshing from that standpoint because I was laughing. I was like, I'm going to have an entire separate play sheet, for 2-point plays because you're going to have so many different plays, because what you run from the 3 to the 5 to the 8 it's different. It's totally different.
Totally different.
So it would be normally, when you're, now with college with the overtime rules, you have a little bit more in there than you've had in the past. But, back in the good old days, like 15, 20 years ago, you may carry 3 2-point plays. Now you're going to have to, it's going to be a whole separate, it's going to look like 3rd down call sheet.
We were talking about it earlier in the week when it was just the 3 plays and there was no option to actually kick it. Where are you on, if you would rather, I think everybody automatically thinks, well, I'd rather be on the 1. But there's a lot of it when you sit back and take a deep breath, calling a play from the 5 is probably a lot easier than the 1 or the 3 as far as just what you have the options to do. And options obviously make you more difficult to defend.
Well, the catch-20, it's a good and bad, right? So, the 3, you actually could still run it theoretically, and it kind of opens up your playbook a little bit and gives you a little bit more options that you can do. When you're at the 5, okay, you have to score on the 5. You cut the run game down considerably, right? I mean, the percentages of run game down considerably, almost to nil. But going from the 5, obviously the further you back up, a lot of times what people don't realize, and you do obviously, but when you're that tight, the back line is an extra safety. So technically you're playing against 12, right? So you can't clear guys out. You have to be smart in what you're doing, but you're playing against 12 and, an extra guy in coverage, and that's that back line. And he's a great safety. He's not going to let anything over his head, right? So you have to be smart and decide how to attack it from that standpoint.
Right. So where is everything for you guys right now? Just the rosters kind of come together. You're actually getting the guys together. You're actually starting to get cranked up. Just give us kind of the 1,000-foot view of where things are.
Yeah, we finished day 3 yesterday. We had the first 2, and this is a PA deal, but the first 2 days were in spiders, and then yesterday we got to put the pads on a little bit. You're an O-line guy. I think the O-line was extremely exhausted of running inside and outside zone the first 2 days. And we got to put the pads on yesterday and got most of our gap scheme in yesterday, and we're able to get down the hill and thump it a little bit. It's been a eye-opening experience for me in a positive way. I've always wondered, this is the first time I've coached professional football, right? So you see a lot of the college guys going to the pros, right? It has been probably the most enjoyable coaching experience that I've ever had in 3 days, because the players, they all are in it. I mean, it's 1,000% every day because it's their job. And if they don't do their job, they don't have a job, right? So they're all in all the time. locked in. You don't have to ask them to be on time. You know what I mean? They're grown men and they do everything right from that standpoint. And so when you get to practice, you don't have to go, hey, you got to get out of here. Don't jog off the ball, whatever it is in practice. I mean, it's full tilt the whole time. And then they study their stuff at home and they show up. And the aggressive install of how much we've put in is insane. In 3 days, this is not a joke. In 3 days, we have put in as much as it would probably take to put in about 2.5 weeks in college. And, I was telling AJ, I said, I don't, he's been into the pros and all that stuff. I said, I don't, but he hadn't coached in college. And I was like, the first 2 days, the first day we go to our walkthrough. We haven't practiced yet. We go to our walkthrough. And in 2 days of walkthrough, we went through 110 plays. We had one missed assignment in 110 snaps, and we hadn't even practiced yet. It was just walkthrough.
How many would you have had in college, just hypothetically?
40, 50. And
how many by the same person?
39. But you know what I mean? I mean, you played center, your day one install, you come into college and you go your first walkthrough and you start putting in protections. And then, you may get the mic point wrong 3 times. They start rotating coverage. You're going like, hey, Cole, look, now they're rotating back weak. We gotta re-ID the mic. These guys, they don't miss, you know what I mean? I mean, they know their stuff. So that part's been extremely refreshing, which has allowed me to be a little bit more aggressive in my play calls.
Tyler Syski joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline, offensive coordinator for the Birmingham Stallions, McCready and Siskey podcast. I think that says normal, right? You're still trying to do that every day?
We'll actually go live today at 3:30. We'll do during camp's a little bit different because you're of the PA and stuff. We'll go probably Thursdays and Sundays through camp, and then we'll adjust based on our off days and when the season starts.
All right, so I'm also interested in – well, a couple of things from what you just said there. You do have some inherent advantages. Now, number one, we always hear contract year. Guys get their act together. It's almost like a full-time contract year in this league for 99% of guys. Some of the guys just want to play a couple of more years of ball and they know kind of what it is. But also, I mean, you're half living you're this is the most fun I've ever had. You're almost living fraternity life too here. All right, you're away from your family. You've rented a house. I heard these stories about Stoops and all those guys had their rental house, and these bro, we just go home and have some beers after we watch film every day, and we might put more ball on, and we play poker. It's it's a little better life than you're alluding to here. The people don't know. I'm peeling back the curtain now for you. So,
yeah, mine's a little bit different though because I have a company, I have a podcast. I roll from I get up every morning about 4:30, and then I work on my company until about right now 8 o'clock we'll meet, and then I'm football until we get through with our morning meetings, and I don't eat lunch. I go straight back into the company stuff, and then we go to practice and we come back and then meet, and then when the players get out of here, I get scripting done and I go back to my company and I go to bed about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So for me, it's not necessarily, but for the other guys, absolutely. I'm sure it's great. But for me, I'm full tilt. So it's, I tell everybody it's kind of like in college, you spend half your day coaching football and half your day recruiting, right? So basically the time you would spend on recruiting in college is now spent on doing my other 900 things I'm doing.
The setup does have a lot of advantages, not for coaches, for players, because it's kind of there's stuff to do around there, but nobody knows a lot of the stuff. So you're just gonna be together. You're gonna get to know each other. You're gonna get to know all the stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
Kind of how it works out. This is one of the weird reasons I wanted to have you on today.
Okay. I like weird.
You coached in the state of Mississippi for a long time. You just mentioned recruiting, which meant you spent a lot of time recruiting junior college. Governor Kay Ivey. Yeah, Governor Kay Ivey I already heard you going off on something semi-political this week. I'm not trying to ramp you up on that again. We don't need.
I don't care.
Listen. We don't need mad. I'm not trying to get
brigade.
Tyler mad this morning. We're not.
No,
doing that.
I'm not a part of the soft brigade. All the people complaining are. I question their testosterone count.
Listen, you were right down the fairway, so we're fine with it. But I'm just not trying to get you amped up
Josh
today.
Pate.
Not
I'm
trying
taking
to.
care of my guy Josh Pate. I don't care. My give a crap meter is very low, so I don't care what the betas think.
He was on the show yesterday or the day before. I've been sick and I can't remember, but it's fine. We just don't need you. We don't need angry Tyler this morning. Governor Kay Ivey has said she's considering reintroducing junior college in Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, I have one question that you may not know the answer to, and another question that
Okay.
you can at least give an opinion on.
Yep.
What happened to it? And then why would it be good? Why would it be bad? Do we need it? Like, what are your thoughts on potentially getting junior college football back in the state of Alabama?
The first part of it, I don't remember when it left.
I don't remember when we had it.
Before our time. Yeah. Somebody said, you and I are the same age. So I don't ever, and I'm from Alabama, born and raised in the greatest city in the state of Alabama, besides Birmingham, Anniston, Alabama.
I was there yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Well, we went to watch Homewood play basketball in the tournament, which, by the way, Jacksonville State's basketball arena is awesome. I don't know how many of you guys have been there, but, there's not a bad seat in that place. It's actually a great arena. Didn't go well for Homewood.
It's been there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's one of and when it was D2, it was like that. It was awesome. Anyway, I agree. Pete Matthews Coliseum.
Yep.
But no, I don't remember them having it. One, but
because even the guy, the big time guys, when we were like Michael Myers and those guys, like they were Hines and places like they Pearl City, whatever. Like they weren't. I don't remember a guy that we would have known playing recruited out of an Alabama JUCO.
Right. No, it didn't. Now baseball, they've had baseball forever, but I just don't remember. I just don't remember the football. But regardless, it's like so. I think the time is right now. I don't know who brought this up, but it was very intelligent of them. The time is right now because of the portal and everything that's going on. Junior college recruiting has changed. So, and quickly. I'm talking about 5 years ago. Let's just go back 5 years. The guys that went to junior college, you went to junior college for one or two reasons. Either A, you didn't academically were not eligible to go to the NCAA, or B, you had some kind of character issue in your high school that prevented people from signing you. The occasional guy that was called a qualifier that just was overlooked, an undersized guy or whatever that developed late, and every once in a while you would get qualifiers, but not many. So most of them were academically ineligible for the NCAA out of high school. The next group, high percentage group, was some kind of character issues. And then the smallest group was actually the qualifiers. Well, now because of the portal, these Power 5 teams they use the portal as JUCO. Does that make sense? So they're not getting 2-year transfers, they're getting 4-year transfers. And I understand it. I got to look from the 1,000-foot view. I understand if I was a Power 5 school, I do understand I'm going to go get a guy on film that's doing it against the same competition I'm doing it against. When you went to go get a junior college guy, I always like to get what I call three for two guys. The guys that had 3 years left. Now the Pavia rule's thrown that away, right? So I don't even know how they're going to count that. But 3 for 2 guys that had 3 years of time left with 2 years to play, because it usually took a junior college guy a full year to get in the swing of things. Because if you threw him out there the first year, he would kind of be a depth piece at the start of the year, and he may end up playing by the end of the year. It almost took him, even if you brought him in January. And so you were really only getting about a year to a year and a quarter use out of a guy at JUCO. Well, these portal guys, they've already done it. And so if you're getting a 2-year portal guy, he's already done you already know what he can do in a 4-year program. He's used to everything, and those guys can come in and play quicker for the most part. This is not every single case. It's a case-by-case basis, but for the majority, that's what it goes. Well, now when the portal came into effect, all right, now all these junior college guys, there's so many really good qualifiers that didn't get their 4-year college shot. They're recruiting a ton. Now the majority of them are qualifiers. It's totally flipped the script. And so there's really good football players going to JUCO.
Yeah.
And Alabama's full of them. So, every single year out of the state of Alabama forever, you're talking about you had, 85 to 90 guys every year. It's always between 80 and 90 guys going, FBS. Well, that number gets hindered down because it gets watered down. Now the FBS numbers is going down because they're hitting on the portal. So I think the time is right. I do think the state, if they do it, I wish somebody called me. I do think they need to be careful how they do what they call counters. They do need to put a heavy emphasis on the state of Alabama, but they do need to allow out-of-state recruiting at a pretty good clip, because if you're having, I know there's what I saw the report, there's 23 JUCOs in Alabama. It would be hard to fill 23 JUCOs in the state of Alabama teams with just Alabama players.
Right. Are those similar rules to that other places? Or
Yeah,
is a certain amount of guys? Is it kind of like the CFL? Like you have to have a certain amount of Mississippi guys, a certain amount of Kansas guys?
Yeah, like Kansas forever. They've since changed a lot of it, but Kansas forever, they used to have, it was just like Canada. You had to have all Kansas players, but you could have 10 out-of-staters, right? I don't know if you remember when I was at South Alabama, we had Gerald Everett. Okay,
Yeah,
and Gerald
really
Everett
good tight end.
Yeah, great. Went to the league, played for 6 years, and could probably still play if he wanted to. But so Gerald was from Atlanta. He actually got cut from 2 Kansas JUCOs before he came to UAB. And because he was an out-of-stater, and you got to be careful about those spots. And so, you kind of put a number on, hey, you got to have so many Alabama kids or whatever it is, and then you can go recruit outside the state for the other spots. That's kind of how most do it.
So per AL.com, 24 two-year colleges.
24.
Has not happened since Marion Military Institute stopped in 1990.
That would be before my time.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been paying attention to much JUCO football then. So, all right. Well, so you think it would be a good thing? All right. I knew you would have.
I think it'll be a good thing. Yeah, I'll be also interested in who's paying, right? So that's the trick. And it's not going to be cheap. So that will be the next thing. But I do think it would be a great thing for the players, and I think it'd be a great opportunities for the players. It's kind of, I always laugh. I was like, everybody's complaining about money, but hey, look, everybody's selective in how they want to, it's very selective how they're deciding when they're going to spend money on players. Now, hey, if you want to go spend, $1 million on a quarterback, or these days $3 million on a quarterback, absolutely. But if you want to spend $3 million to run an entire JUCO football program, nobody wants to do that.
Apparently 4 to 6 for Brandon Sorsby.
Ooh, yeah, don't even get me started on that. I guess contracts don't matter anymore, huh?
Well, in court it's going to. So
yeah, contract.
All right, so I'm interested to see where this goes, because it's are the JUCOs tied to the school systems? Like we always talk about Bama and UAB, how it's like, it's UAH. They're all the same technical school system. Are West Alabama, like, are those all tied into the other school systems?
I don't know how everybody's tied into a school system. I don't know which one West Alabama is and all that stuff. But
here's where I'm going with this. You said who's going to pay for it.
Right.
Why does some of these bigger schools not just farm system these JUCOs out and say, we'll fund you, send us your players?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, I think that's.
I always look at the underbelly of some of the stuff that's happening. Like, here's what they're going to do. They're just going to fund it themselves, and that's going to be their minor league team, and they'll find a way to contractually obligate them to go play for whoever they want them to play for, and that'll be the end of it. So,
yeah, no, that was so in the old school days of recruiting, right? When we found that, so let's say we did that as coaches. We kind of had schools. And so, hey, I got a guy in my area that I'm recruiting that wanted to commit to wherever school I'm at, but maybe he didn't make it academically. I would place him, okay? I would send him to Butler. I'd have a school or some coaches that I trusted, and you would send them out there. They would go to school there, but I would get first right of refusal on the way back. That was kind of the agreement.
Who controls that? The coach?
The coach. Yeah, it's a gentleman's agreement. I know this sounds crazy. It was never broken.
It does, because I feel like all the agreements are being broken now.
I remember I was at Arkansas State. I remember going to Coffeyville High School, and shout out to one of my first coaches, Jeremy Rowell at Troy. So Rowell was at Troy. Okay, I was at Arkansas State, and I'd watch some guys on tape, and I go into Coffeyville, and the coach gives me the list of guys, right? So let's say he had however many guys. I'm going down there, and I watched 2 players that I liked on tape. I'd seen them. I said, Coach, what about, like 80, 85, and 14? I said, they're not on the list. He goes, I know they're not. He goes, they're protected for Troy. The coaches wouldn't even put them on the list to be recruited.
Wow.
So that's kind of how that happened, how that worked.
Okay. Good to see that there at least were some agreements that were being withheld.
Yeah, that's when we were like normal people, normal Americans, #America.
There you go. All right, man. Good luck. We're excited to see you this season in the UFL. And
When do you have us? Have you looked at the schedule? You know when you got us first game?
Not first game. No, I'm in St. Louis first game. Probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah, I am.
Unbelievable.
No, I think they released that. I think I have you guys once in the first half of the season. I already told McCarron, just get ready. I was like, I'm just parking my mic in Siskey's mouth like the whole time. Like,
please do. I'm going to be really boring. I was thinking about this last night. If I get in trouble for on the microphone on the live mic calling plays, I'm just going to be really boring. I'm going to go, all right, here we go. Wristband 6. That's all I'm going to do. I'll be quiet.
Like, our producers don't know everything about football sometimes, and we had a team last year, and it was very similar to that. And they're like, all right, we're going to listen into the coordinator. And he was like, 4. And we would sit there, and I was like, hey, guys, we need to stop listening to the play calls. It's not as cool as you think it is. Like, that's not – we're not getting anything from that. And like, no, we want to hear the back and forth. And he was like, Bronco. I was like, we need to stop now. That's all we're getting.
I'm going to be entertaining for you. Just tell me when you're there, and I'll make sure.
I'll just sit there and ask you what Bronco is. I'll be like, give me your wristband. What's wristband for? We'll get it figured out. We got it. All right. Appreciate you, man. Thanks. Take care. Tyler Syski joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. That was great information because, I don't know, John, when you saw the story, if you thought it was good, bad, indifferent, maybe, kind of, I was like, I have no idea. Do we want this? This is great. He makes a good point about opportunities for kids, and that's one of the things that is laid out by the representatives that are trying to bring this back. He also brings up a good point of who's paying for it. I don't view JUCOs as necessarily wealthy. I don't know, though. I'm not going to pretend like I know if they got money just sitting there. Are they a little flip? Just got money in the bank? Shorty, what you drank? I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I wanted to get somebody. I thought Tyler Syski probably as educated on this as anybody I know. Sounds like it could be good. Also, these CFL rules feel wonky for JUCOs.
I don't know why. I guess in theory it'd be good to give other players a chance to play and do something. But with all the lawsuits and everything else that's going on right now, it feels like, why would we want to bring this to our doorstep?
I will say this. If Alabama has so many guys going to play college football and some of those opportunities are being taken away, if JUCO became your best path, I would think most would want that to be kind of closer to home. Because you're probably not making a ton of money to do that. So instead of having to go to Kansas or whatever to do that, if you could go 30, 45 minutes, an hour and a half away to do your JUCO stuff and then get your big opportunity, I would imagine that would be a little more beneficial. Just one part of it, though, just one piece of it. So you brought up lawsuits. You had to do that. There are more. It's not just Cincinnati suing Brennan Sorsby. I'll share more with you. First, I will tell you that I can speak from experience. Flu season is here. It is happening. It's hit our home. Make your home healthy with Trane's Clean Effects Home Air Cleaner. Removes up to 99.9% of airborne particles, including those that cause virus, 100 times more effective than standard air filters, 8 times more effective than HEPA room filters. Find a dealer near you at Trane.com. It's hard to stop a train. I guess we need to get one of these in my house. We'll work on that and be back next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. We have another player suing the NCAA for more extra eligibility. Colorado defense coordinator Robert Livingston is going to take a job in the NFL, so that'll be a replacement for Coach Prime that he's going to have to make on his staff. Just a couple pieces, news and notes. We mentioned earlier Gunnar Rivers, Phillip Rivers' son, has committed to NC State. And John brings up a great point. Pipeline could now be open for decades. So the whole family just keeps lining up.
And then maybe if they have kids quick, all of a sudden NC State could have a Rivers in perpetuity. It's possible.
You're saying that, is it St. Thomas, St. Stephen's, St. Michael's in South Alabama could just forge the river right there to Raleigh?
It is feasible.
You did that on accident.
In fact, did not.
Don't blame me. If you're looking for somebody to blame on your health, don't do it. Just try to get answers. Go to GameDayMensHealth.com. Sign up for the free consultation today. They give you the free PSA test, free testosterone test. They're going to weigh you, do your blood pressure. They give all your vitals, let you know where you stand, and then all the different ways that they can help you. Peptides. Maybe it's a weight loss program. A lot of different ways that they can make you feel better, get you back to feeling your best, being your best at Game Day Men's Health. Locker room environment, holistic approach to health and wellness. Testosterone replacement also available. Go to GameDayMensHealth.com today to sign up for the free consultation. And remember this, minimal upfront costs in the programs they offer. That is different than everywhere else. It's also great people and staff, locker room environment, not going to try to push you into things that you don't need. GameDayMensHealth.com now open in Trustville. All right, when we come back, more on NCAA lawsuits next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning, 7:51, Thursday, February 26th, right here on Jocks. There will be lawyers. Just what's going to happen right now in college football. Virginia quarterback Chandler Morris is suing the NCAA
Uh-oh.
for a 7th year of college basketball or college football, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
7th year of college football. Just another in line of, hey, we're not happy with what might be next. Therefore, we will attempt to sue you to try to get more eligibility. He has retained J.P. Curtison and Ben O'Neill for his legal representation. Yay?
Oh, okay. Old Ben.
He's filed the lawsuit against the NCAA for denying him his 7th year. Now, the lawsuit states why he should be granted another year due to mental health reasons during his 2022 season at TCU.
Oh, no. What happened there?
I'm sure he didn't play.
Oh, yeah, he did. He played 4 games.
He's arguing he only had a chance to meaningfully participate in 3 years of college football, 23, 24, 25.
Okay.
He participated in 26 snaps and 22 at TCU as part of a medically prescribed mental health treatment plan, which the NCAA counted against him as a full season. I got questions. Based on HIPAA, they're probably not going to get answered.
Very true, yeah.
Who prescribed this, first and foremost, I need to know. TCU team doctors? His doctor? Family doctor? Third-party doctor? I need to know how this happened, where this went, why. Now, I get it. You play 26 snaps in a season. I think it's probably fair that you should say, does that really count? Should that count against me? But I have questions about the details. Also, that's him fighting for year 7. Not 6, not 5, not 4. 7. We're fighting for year 7. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 weren't enough. We're past the threshold of even the bonus year, which is 5. And another year. We're fighting for another year. Got it. The hilarity in this is the fairness of it all being referenced when you're already past fair. You've gone past the fairness point.
Long past it.
You got your fair, which life ain't, yet you're going to sue in court for more fair. Way past the bounds of fair. But it's not fair. Even though I took full advantage of your extra fair. I took the extra fair and made out with it on multiple occasions, and it's not enough. I want more fair now. I want extra fair on top of my more fair that I already got past the fair threshold. And the court's going to help me get it?
Bring it. You know, he started and won a game in 22.
26 snaps?
He started and won a game. Beat Colorado.
They probably tell you it's not a quarterback stat, wins and losses, so doesn't matter. It's not fair. Like I said, he's suing for year 4 or 5, even maybe 6. Let's have a conversation. You're suing for year 7. Six seasons at 4 different schools. He had a medical redshirt waiver and appeal denied by the NCAA. Well, you can't have a redshirt waiver because you've played 6 seasons already. Maybe I'm just dumb.